was digging through my backstock over there, and I'm looking at the
Hey.
file, I was like,
We are live. I forgot to do an intro, but that's okay. Man, I am itching to get these open because normally I've already know the grades and I'm just showing them off when I do an unboxing. But this time, man,
Yeah.
I have no clue.
yeah.
So who knows what's going to happen. But so anyway, for those of you that don't know, this is Gamma Rays Comics. That is his exact IG handle as well. So if you want to find him on IG, there you go. He is the one who pressed these books for me. So this is he's not as nervous as I am, but this is kind of neither one of us knows.
But I know how you feel.
But we're about to find out, though. So why don't we just get into it, and then if we disagree or we're a little shocked on something, I have the CBCS website pulled up, but I haven't seen the grades. I honestly have no idea what the grades are. So Let's find that out first. Then we can go digging if we think we need to dig. So let me make myself bigger. And if you remember, before I show the grade, anything about these, feel free to chime in. And this was each one of these cost $40 to get graded, and they were express, which means they were guaranteed or my money back, a 14-day business day turnaround time. And I can't look on the website without seeing the grades. So I'll tell you how long it took, but it was less than 2 weeks after he sent them to CBCS. All right, so first book. Yeah, I got it. Oh, Alpha Flight. Now, this is one of them that I thought it had. This is either a 9.6 or a 9.4. This one had a possibility to be a 9.8, I thought. But I think it's a 9.4, 9.6. But it could be a 9.8. I don't know. But this one's hopefully going to be something big later. What do you think?
If memory serves me correct, I remember seeing that book, and I know I steamed that book pretty good. And when it came out the press, man, it was minty. It's going to be up to the grading.
Well, let's see what happens here. I'm saying possible 9.8, probably 9.4, 9.6. You would agree?
Yeah, I always go on the low end, and I'll say a 9.2.
Okay, well, let's see.
All right. Wow.
7.5.
So what were the notes on that?
Right. So this is going to be one we definitely want to check the graders' notes on and see what we didn't see that they saw.
Yeah.
Because wow.
That's exactly why I'm not a grader.
Yeah. All right. So maybe we'll have better luck, because there was one guaranteed 9.8 and then another possible 9.8, I thought. Of course, I'm not seeing them after he presses them, so I'm assuming what he can get out with the press, but I don't know all the stuff that he might be able to get out. Most people know the general stuff, but I don't know all the tricks. This one should be a guaranteed 9.8. This one right here, it was very good condition. It is Avengers West Coast 94. It's the first time he takes on the mantle of War Machine. So there's really not much to say on this one. It looked great.
It looks good from here.
Yeah. 9.8. All right.
There you go. You got a 9.8 out of the batch.
I didn't even think it needed pressing, but if I'm going to send the others, I sent this one in. And of course, for those that don't know, he always has this deal where you send in 6, you get 1 for free. So that I would say is this one.
You send in 5, you get 1 free.
Right. This next one right here is a classic. I believe you might have done a reel on this one. I'm not sure. Wolverine 1, 1988, first solo story, or not
Yeah.
story, but title, and
First,
it's a
yeah.
newsstand.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's tough because on a black cover,
Yep.
it can hide things that you can't see, and you're like, oh crap. But at the same time, it can also hide stuff that you can't see, and the grader might overlook it. So this is going to be probably a PC book if it's a 9.4 or higher. And if it's less than that, I'm just going to sell it. Newsstand, I'm not really worried about this book. It sells for over $100 and 9.0 and up.
Yeah.
Who knows what the grade is? I didn't even look because I don't care.
I'm always anxious to see the grade on the Wolverine 1988 when it comes back.
Yeah. So this one, as I'm looking at it, I mean, we knew when we both saw it, it does have a couple ticks and stuff, so it's not a 9.8 for sure. But it is a 7.5. Wow. Believe it or not, it still has a little bit of value in there, but holy crap. 2 7.5s. White pages. Man. They are hitting hard today.
Yeah, CBCS is usually one of the harder graders.
Yeah, I laugh when people say, oh, they don't have the CGC grades harder. I'm like, bull crap.
I get most of mine graded by CBCS, and it is. I have a couple 9.8s, man, but it's tough for me to pull as many 9.8s out of CBCS as I would get from CGC.
Yeah. All right, so this one is got an interesting backstory. Wolverine 1 of the limited series in a newsstand. Now, the cool thing about this one is it used to be a CGC 8.5. And I looked on the grader's notes and it hadn't been pressed. And you could tell there were 2 spine ticks on it that still had that shock wave. When you first get a spine tick, like someone does it, it'll get that dent or that shock wave going through the book.
Yeah, it goes.
This one had that. And this one you had a reel on, and you got those out for sure. So this one has got to be better than an 8.5. But how better? I don't know. But it was a CGC 8.5. CBCS gives it a 8.0. Well, crap.
You can't make this up, man.
No, you can't. And wait a minute. Oh, I'm seeing some stuff here. Methinks something might have happened during shipping or during when they were shuffling them around, getting them graded. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 dings here. All of them looks like breaks color with some shockwave action. Let me see if I can. Can you see that?
Damn.
That was not there when you took it out.
Nope.
Because I remember the reel.
Let me ask you a question. Do those things break color?
The ticks do.
Yeah, that's why.
I don't think the shockwaves actually. Yeah, shockwave does a little bit, but anyway, this was a CGC 8.5, and it got pressed and clean, and CBCS graded an 8. So take what you will from that. Now this next one here, please, dear God, be a 9 something. It was the Wolverine 88. This is the first time he and Deadpool meet. This one I thought had a potential to be a 9.8, but I thought it was 9.4, probably a 9.6. And you look like you would you noticed something.
I remember that book being really clean.
Yeah, well.
And it came out the press looking great.
Yeah. Let's see how great they thought it looked. There we go.
That's a good grade, man.
That's a good. I figured it was potential 9.8. I was thinking 4 or 6. So this is great. This is great. 9.6. I like that grade.
And that book has value.
Yeah, that still has value at 9.6.
That's I don't remember if you said it before, but that's like first Wolverine Deadpool, right?
Yeah, first Wolverine Deadpool.
Yeah.
All right, so
I take that now. I take a 9.6 any day, man. But when you get that 9.6 and they don't give you a grader's note, and I'm talking about CGC, I cannot stand because they'll never tell you why it made it a 9.6 and a 9.8, and you can't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first binary.
This one is the first binary. We have, see by her foot there? That's the tanning I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it goes all the way through the book or not. I just knew I'm sort of taking a gamble on it. And I see a little bit on the back. So not counting the tanning, this is probably a 9.4, 9.6. And you had a reel on this, so it's definitely a 9.4, 9.6, unless the tanning gets hit hard.
We're talking CBCS here, brother.
So they'll probably hit it hard because I've been hit hard before. But let's see what the damage is. 8.5. So that's the grade. Do what?
That's not a bad grade for that book.
Well, no, overall, it's not a bad grade.
No.
But this is what tanning will do to you. It was probably a 9.4 worst case, but you count in the tanning, you get an 8.5.
I wonder if it was just that tanning that took a large chunk of that grade. I wonder how much they bring it down for tanning.
I don't know how much I just know it affects a lot, but yeah. I don't know if there's a specific amount. But let me share my screen and we'll go to the CBCS website and look at, well, actually, no, it'll show my address. Let me just tell you what the graders notes are.
Excuse me.
All right, so which one do you want first?
I want the Alpha Flight.
Okay, Alpha Flight number 1. All right, it says, small spine stress and wear front and back cover, some barely breaks color, front cover. Few small bends and indents, front and back cover, does not break color. Oh, here's where it got hit probably. Light foxing, back cover. Yeah. That's nothing you can help with.
No.
Small stain near logo. I didn't even notice. And exterior staple rust. I did not catch that. Now, for those of you that don't know, depending on how bad the staple rust is,
yeah,
you can get that off. But if it's too deep, nothing you can do.
No.
Yeah, the foxing probably got us there.
And you know what I could probably tell you absolutely that's why it was hit like that. And you know, when they talk about bends and stuff like that, because
probably a wave.
I'm sorry?
It's probably a wave or something rather than a bend.
And sometimes that's in the paper. There ain't nothing you could do about that. And I've seen them call finger bends before. But sometimes it's like, you know, if you just have the book pressed and you have a grader flipping through the book, you can get finger bends just by the grader looking through the damn book.
Yeah.
It shouldn't count towards the grader. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm curious as to the Wolverine one because I bought it and the seller thought it might be in the 9s. And then I got it and thought, well, it's probably something in the 9s. But it was going to be PC if it was high. And if not, I was going to sell it. It was newsstand, so I didn't care. But let's look at that Wolverine 88.
Yeah.
Because that one gets me too, sort of shakes the foundations, if you know what I mean. All right. Small spine stress, front and back cover, breaks color, front cover. Long diagonal crease, top right front cover, partially breaks color.
What?
Surface wear, front and back cover, breaks color. Let me
look at that book, man.
Hold on.
Breaks color.
Here we go. It says long diagonal crease, top right of front cover, partially breaks color.
I'm gonna turn around and look at my TV real quick. Put that up there. I got a delay. Hold on.
I would love to see the partial breaking of color.
I can't see nothing.
I can't. I've got it in hand, and I can't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't see it. I do not see it.
Sometimes it makes you wonder. There's a lot of other people that get their books back and they'll be reading the grader's notes and they'll be looking all over their book and they can't see what the heck they're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, but yeah, that is a disappointment. This, I think the two that I got in 9.8 and 9.6 will save this submission. But if not for them, this is probably going to be a loss depending on what some of these are worth in the grades they are. I haven't looked them all up yet. Let's look at that binary 8.5. I'll bet you money it mentions tanning. What did I say? Moderate sun shadow, front and back cover, foxing to cover. That'll get you.
It almost sounds as if like they hit you with 2 gigs on that. Sun shadow and foxing.
Yeah, well, sun shadow is the same as tanning, basically. And
Yeah.
foxing, I understand that brings it down. So I'm actually happy with an 8.5 then, with that being on the book. That makes sense. So I'm not mad at that one. Let's see, what have we not looked at? We have not looked at the Wolverine one from 82. That one dropped a half point from the CGC grade.
Yeah, well, I will tell you this. That would not surprise me.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me.
But these graders notes surprised me. Tell me if you remember seeing any of this. Moderate spine stress, front back cover, breaks color, front cover, tiny tear, bottom of spine. Small production chip, back cover, top left corner. Tiny foxing inside front cover, and top spine, front and back cover, small creases, back cover, bottom left corner, does not break color.
No.
That's a lot.
No,
Tiny
sometimes
tear.
I wonder if it's from their handling or something like that, or
Well, I'm telling you, this book should not have these dents as bad as they have them. I think someone might have accidentally dinged it or something, in all honesty. But, oh well. Nothing I can do about it now. And
what was
there's
the grade?
I don't think it would rise enough in grade to crack it out. First, if you've ever cracked out a CBCS slab, they're painful to try and crack out.
Yeah.
But it's not worth it, because if we could increase the grade based on this, it would go 8.5, maybe a 9 in a perfect world, but it would probably only go up a half grade point. So it's fine as is. I'm just going to keep it as is.
It's a Miller cover.
And it's a newsstand, which technically at the
I
time
understand.
didn't matter, but hey, people like them. But let's look at the ones that let's see if we got graders notes on our 9.8. I doubt it, but this ain't CGC we're talking about. So let's see. And then we'll look at the 9.6 and that'll be all of them. Okay, so obviously there's no notes on the 9.8. I didn't think there would be, but I checked. And then we have the 9.6. Few tiny spine stress, back cover, barely breaks cover. So I couldn't even see them. So it's a 9.6 for the Wolverine 88. So yeah, but I'm glad we had graders notes for the 9.6.
Something you don't see every day anymore.
True. Well, I normally don't do this, but if you got a minute, why don't we go to GPA and figure out how much these things are going to be worth?
Yeah, that's fine.
because with the grades I got, I need to know. Now, I will say, until I can get a better copy, wrong button. Until I get a better copy, the Wolverine Limited Series is a PC book, so it really doesn't matter that it got a half point lower.
Yeah.
So that one I'm not going to bother really looking up, but I will share my screen so we can show everybody the GPA. Okay, so obviously the Wolverine 88 from 1988 is it's lower than the 9.4 I have, so I'm definitely not going to keep it. It's going to be for sale. Let's find out how much a newsstand 7.5 is worth. Something tells me I'm not going to like what I find. Can you see this? Can you see the GPA?
Yeah, but it's really small.
Oh, well, here, let me. Boom.
Okay.
All right, so we have a 7.5 newsstand. So here we go. Okay, $88. That is way less than what I paid for it, plus the grading. But with a 7.5, hey, it happens. Sometimes you eat a loss. It happens. But out of curiosity, if it went to a 9.0, it'd be $130. So we missed it by that much. All right, so what's the next? Which one do you want to see next?
Alpha Flight.
Yeah, Alpha Flight. This one was going to be a long hold for me because I think it's got some potential. I'm definitely going to get me a better copy than this one. All right, Alpha Flight, 1983. Okay, so in a 9.8, it's actually doing pretty good at $341.
Wow.
Then, of course, it has a Canadian price variant, but we got to scroll all the way down to the 7.5, $50, and that was last year, so it's probably $100 about now. I would guess. The 8.0 is, wait a minute, the 8.0 was 30 this year. Standard. So it may not be more than $50. I don't know. Yeah, it's at a certain point, once you get past a certain grade, it just tanks, man. Okay, let's see. What's the next one we should do?
The Wolverine.
The number 88?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Wolverine 88.
Yeah, I just had to dig my Alpha Flight out from my box because I'm gonna have Jim Shooter sign it tomorrow.
Ah. Okay. All right. So it's gone down a little bit, but that's okay. It'll be going up. 112. So over $100. So okay. Now, how do you know if you have the deluxe edition? Let me see.
I've never heard of it.
Aha, I do have the deluxe edition. So, well, actually, that doesn't make a difference. $110 for the deluxe edition. But that's okay. All right, sweet. So the last book then is that Avengers West Coast 94. The Avengers West Coast 94. And we got a 9.8 out of that bad boy. So let's see how good did we do with a 9.8. Hey, $198. And that's down from 286. 198's last sale. 90-day average is 286. The 12-month average was 335. 2021 average was $400.
Wow.
So maybe this thing has, Armor Wars comes out. Maybe this book will bump up.
It'll
because
bump up a little bit.
I bet you during the announcements and all of, hey, what Disney Plus is doing last year,
Yeah.
that's probably what got these prices right here.
And if they do an announcement and that book does bump, it's going to be, I feel as if it's going to be a very small window if you're going to sell.
Yeah, well, as soon as I see it go above 250, I'll definitely sell it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the time to sell it because it's about 2 now. So over 250, that's when I'll sell. So overall, it looks like I've got enough value, hopefully, to take care of any potential loss I might have as far as the grading fees. But you know, it costs money to buy the book, then you get the books graded.
Right.
So I guess let this be a lesson. I definitely now know I have got to. I keep forgetting to look over books with my black light because that lets me see foxing.
Yeah.
I have got to start looking and always having the black light. And I also now know for sure, you guarantee CBCS will hit you hard for tanning. And
they'll also hit you really hard. They'll also get you even for those small little spine ticks that break color and the spine stress. Because the spine stress, I believe, if I'm correct, the spine stress is the stress that goes up and down the spine. You know what I mean?
I think so.
If you look where the front cover meets the back cover, up and down, going vertical, and it breaks color like that, they look along that and they'll see if they can find anything that breaks color, and that's the spine stress.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I would say we were spot on with the Wolverine 88. I would say we were off with this, but that's probably because CGC must have been off. Because this was pressed and cleaned by you, and it got an 8.0 instead of an 8.5 that CGC had it at, so CGC must have overgraded it. And then this one, that one we were just way off on.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When you bought that 1988 Wolverine #1,
I bought it off a YouTube auction.
You bought it off a YouTube auction. And damn, I was going to say, if you had it in hand and looked it over before you looked at it, bought it, sorry.
Well, I don't know if I would have not bought it. Because if I didn't have my black light, I wouldn't be able to see the foxing. Yeah. And yeah, I still can't see the crease on the right front that they talked about. And then this one, I'm going to say we were spot on with this one.
Yeah.
Because that little bit of tanning and foxing is what brought it down.
I love that.
Otherwise, it would probably be what we thought.
I don't even have that book in my PC yet. It's on my bucket list, though.
Hey, I got an 8.5 I'm selling. This one,
I may come after it.
This one's a total disappointment. I'm just going to hang on to it for a while. If anyone's interested in it and you're willing to pay me more than I paid for it, I'll sell it to you. But for now, I'm just going to have to hold on to it.
You know what, dude?
Huh?
I'm interested because the reason why I'm going to bring mine to MegaCon tomorrow and have Jim sign it, and I'm going to send it to CBCS and get it verified and graded. I'm interested to see what mine's going to come back.
Well, let me tell you something here. Funny enough, to get that Wolverine #1, the Frank Miller Wolverine #1.
Yeah.
I was at a show. I had a little booth, and the guy across from me had a booth, and I traded him for that Wolverine. And of course, when you trade someone, what you have and what you traded transfers to what you have in the book you traded for.
Right.
So I only had $75 in there, plus the grading.
Right.
It's probably worth a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm okay with that. But hilariously, let me see what did I pay. I'll tell you what I paid exactly for that Alpha Flight. Okay, 50, 60, 70, 78.83 plus 30 cents all in, grading, cost of the thing, and everything.
Yeah.
So this is the last one, and it is a 9.8. We knew it was a 9.8. He pressed it. He didn't need to press it, but that pretty much guaranteed it. It's a 9.8. Anybody would be able to tell you it's a 9.8. So I'm very happy with that one. First appearance of James Rhodes as War Machine. I like it.
Oh wow.
All righty. Well, that's it, folks. That is my unboxing with the new Express tier. So as far as the Express part, that was great. They got it back in under 2 weeks. And I meant to tell y'all how long it actually took. Well, let me quickly get back on CBCS here, and then I'll tell you that, and then we'll be done. So I got it. Marvel. Actually, I'm in the wrong button. Need to do order history. Okay. That was April 25th is when I printed it out. And then I sent it to Gamma within a couple days of that. It took him, what would you say, about a week all told to get it, press them all, then send it. So that will put us around probably the 10th of May is when they got it. So the 10th of May to now, or even the 5th of May to now, that's less than the 14 business days. So they did what they said on that. So great service there. CBCS, don't believe what anyone tells you if they say CBCS doesn't grade as harsh as blank. They probably grade the harshest.
Yeah, they do.
As we have examples right here.
At least you know, even though sometimes you may not be happy with what you get, you get what you get and you're happy with it, but at least you know the grade is the grade.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. I didn't even go through this thing, but we had Unruly, JP, Who Dat jumped in. Then we had Kenneth, how you doing? ME, Rob just jumped in. You'll have to watch the rewind, Rob. We're done. That's it. So we'll see you guys later, and hopefully the next unboxing I do is a bit more my way. But we'll see you guys later. Appreciate it.